Good morning. Welcome to Morning Special. 여러분 안녕하세요. 10월 25일 금요일 최수진의 Morning Special입니다. Protecting one's land is a given right to every country. Conversely, claiming sovereignty over the territory of another nation is condemned. And that's why today we commemorate Dokdo Day to raise awareness of Korea's easternmost territory. Now, how do you think Dokdo looks like from space? 한국항공우주연구원이요, 독도의 날 오늘을 맞아서 아리랑 위성으로 촬영한 독도 사진을 공개했습니다. 지난 6월 20일 아리랑 위성 3호가 찍은 독도의 모습과 또 지난 8일 아리랑 위성 3A호로 내려다본 가을 독도 풍경이 담겼죠. 사진에는 동해의 파도가 서도와 동도에 부딪혀 포마를 일으키는 모습이 보입니다. 한국항공우주연구원 관계자는요, 우주에서 살핀 우리나라 영토 독도를 많은 분께서 함께 감상하셨으면 좋겠다고 전했습니다. Well, certainly it's a sight to behold, and I can only imagine how it must be to visit Dokdo in person. Well, with that in mind, let me give you today's first quiz question. These things orbit our planet, and they help us forecast the weather, facilitate telecommunications, and more. They are 1번 satellites, 2번 seasons. 오늘도 청취자 여러분의 많은 참여 기다리고 있습니다. 퀴즈 정답 보내주신 분들 중에 추첨을 통해서 총 5분께 저자극 순한 비누 보내드리겠습니다. 또 여러분의 소식과 소감 그리고 방송 중 궁금한 질문 있으시면 보내주세요. 짧은 문자 50원, 긴 문자 100원에 샵 1045고요. 반디 게시판이나 카카오톡 플러스 이용도 가능합니다. Okay, then let's kick off today's show with today's global headlines. 세계 각국 언론사들의 어떤 헤드라인이 올라왔는지 살펴보는 시간입니다. Touch Global Headlines.
Prime Minister Lee Nak-yeon and Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe have agreed that soured bilateral ties must be addressed in earnest.
이낙연 국무총리와 아베 신조 일본 총리가 현재 한일 관계의 어려운 상태를 이대로 방치할 수 없다는데 인식을 같이 했습니다.
Korea's economy grew 0.4% from 3 months earlier in the third quarter, casting a gloomy growth outlook possibly below the 2% mark.
우리나라의 올해 3분기 경제 성장률이 0.4%로 둔화해 연간 성장률이 2%에 못 미칠 가능성이 커졌습니다.
The Trump administration is preparing the formal withdrawal of the United States from the Paris Agreement on climate change.
도널드 트럼프 미국 행정부가 파리 기후 변화 협약 공식 탈퇴를 준비 중이라는 보도가 나왔습니다.
Google has announced it built a quantum computer that can perform in 200 seconds a target computation that would take the world's fastest supercomputer 10,000 years to achieve.
구글이 현재의 슈퍼컴퓨터로 10,000년 걸리는 연산을 단 3분 20초 만에 해결할 수 있는 양자 컴퓨터 기술 개발에 성공했다고 밝혔습니다.
For the 5th year running, Stanford University tops Reuters' ranking of the world's most innovative universities.
미국 스탠퍼드 대학이 과학 혁신성을 평가한 세계 혁신 대학 순위에서 5년 연속 1위에 올랐습니다. And for the headlines and more, I'm joined by Steve. Good morning.
Good morning. Happy Friday to you.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to our listeners. Happy Dokdo Day.
Yes, that's right. Today is Dokdo Day.
I heard that you can take a tour
You can.
to Dokdo Island,
Yeah.
and this is new information for me.
This is the satellite image that I was talking about in the opening, isn't
cool.
that
If
lovely?
If you're looking at Pohjonen Radio right now, that's
Yeah.
what Dokdo looks like from outer space.
Yes.
That's pretty cool. I'm surprised it shows up that big because Dokdo is a
I
pretty...
guess it's a bit of a close-up, though.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
You can see the east Island and the West Island, they all form part of Dokdo. And look at it, it's lovely.
Yeah.
You see the waves crashing upon the shores there.
The tour, though, like I said, I didn't know it was possible that you could go on a tour there.
Yeah.
I'm sure it would take some time, right? It would be a
Yes.
full day.
Right.
Yeah, because it would take some time to get out there.
I know some people who've done this tour.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they only have a limited number of people that can go because, they don't take massive ships there, it's small
Of
boats.
course, yeah.
But yeah, they all tell me it's great.
They enjoyed it?
Yeah.
Very nice.
Especially because of the significance of the islands.
First time I'm seeing Dokdo from outer space. Pretty
Me
cool.
too.
Pretty
Yeah.
cool.
All right, well, happy Dokdo Day, everyone. Let's keep that date in mind, October 25th. And yeah, I think a lot of people don't realize that today is Dokdo Day, but they do now.
They do now, indeed.
All right, let's go over the headlines.
Headline number one this morning, Prime Minister Lee Nak-yeon and Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe have agreed that soured bilateral ties must be addressed in earnest.
네, 이낙연 국무총리와 아베 신조 일본 총리가 현재 한일 관계의 어려운 상태를 이대로 방치할 수 없다는 데 인식을 같이 했습니다.
Right, so the relationship between Seoul and Tokyo, they say, is at one of its lowest ebbs in recent months, and this because of Japan's toughening of export restrictions on Korea, and then we saw people here in Korea traveling less to Japan, also boycotting Japanese goods. We heard recently about the economy in Japan. They're worried about that. But now they seem like they want to fix things. So Prime Minister Lee Nak-yeon, he handed over a
Handwritten letter from the president.
From the president,
Yep.
a personal letter to
personal letter,
Shinzo
yeah.
Abe, and the letter expresses hope to address the pending issues that have been going on.
네, 그렇습니다. 문재인 대통령의 친서도 전달을 했다는 소식이 전해지고 있고요. 이낙연 국무총리는 이제 어제 우리가 전해드렸던 대로 일본의 그 throne in what do you call that? Taking the throne, official. We mentioned the emperor yesterday, taking the throne. Enthronement, thank you very much. All right, that was the word I was looking for. That was the ceremony that he went to take part in and watch.
Yeah.
And on the sidelines of that, he met the Prime Minister of Japan, representing, of course, our country there. And so the talks yesterday, they went on for longer than expected. We were expecting maybe 10 minutes or so, but
That's
they went...
typically a good sign.
Yeah, but they went on for 20-something minutes. So it was a lot longer, which means, that they had a lot to talk about and discuss. And it seems like, even though we don't have any concrete details or, nothing was fine-tuned, but they are on the same page.
Yes,
so that's good.
And the two sides did agree to hold quote-unquote brisk official follow-up diplomatic consultations. The topic of a summit was brought up in the media, but officials said there's no specific proposal that was put forward for an official summit. But that also doesn't mean that the two sides are negative towards holding a summit. Anyway, in the letter, it did Moon pointed out, that the two countries are key partners for peace and security in this part of the world. So this is a good thing for both countries, I think.
네, 한 1년 만에 이렇게 우리나라와 일본 간의 최고위급 회담이 열린 거였는데요. 이낙연 국무총리와 아베 신조 일본 총리가 당초에 한 10분 정도 대화를 할 예정이었지만 20분 넘게 대화를 했다라고 전해지고 있고 그다음에 그 내용도 이렇게 한일 관계의 악화는 방치하면 안 되겠다라는 데에서는 이제 같은 생각을 하고 있는 것으로 전해졌습니다. 정상회담이라든지 어떤 구체적인 방안이 나온 것은 아니지만 그래도 방향은 같이 하고 있다 이렇게 볼 수 있을 것 같네요.
There are international summits scheduled in November, but there is some speculation that Moon and Abe could have a separate meeting should they attend those international summits.
And Prime Minister he returned later in the day, of course, yesterday as well.
3 days away, right?
Yes. All right, let's go on to our second headline.
Not such good news for the economy. Korea's economy grew 0.4% from 3 months earlier in the third quarter, casting a gloomy growth outlook possibly below the 2% mark.
우리나라의 올해 3분기 경제 성장률이 0.4%로 둔화해 연간 성장률이 2%에 못 미칠 가능성이 커졌습니다.
So the Bank of Korea said that the local economy grew 0.4% from 3 months earlier in the third quarter. That's a sharp slowdown from a revised 1% on-quarter expansion in the previous quarter. And if you look at that on an on-year basis, the local economy grew 2% in the second quarter and again in the third. But in July, the Bank of Korea predicted the economy to grow at 2.2% this year. The latest growth estimate was the second downward revision from the 2.6% projected at the start of the year and then 2.5% in April.
네, 한국은행 발표에 따르면은 이제 올해 3분기 성장률이 0.4%, 구체적으로 말하자면 0.39%였다라고 하는데요. 그렇게 되면은 이제 아직 4분기가 남아 있습니다만 연간 2% 성장은 어려울 수도 있다라는 얘기가 나오고 있습니다. 4분기에 만약에 이제 연간 2%대 성장률을 기록하려면은 0.97% 성장률이 필요합니다. 그런데 이번에 3분기가 0.39였기 때문에 상당한 차이가 있죠. It's going to be very hard to achieve that 1% growth in the fourth quarter to get that 2% overall growth.
Yeah, the final growth outlook for the year is coming in November from the central bank, but reasons for the slowdown might be exports are down, domestic spending is down, and when domestic spending is down, people aren't spending as much money, and if people are keeping their money in their bank accounts, it means less money spent at shops and businesses, and therefore less money in circulation, so just not good for the economy in general.
그렇습니다. 그럼에도 불구하고 뭐 실버 라이닝을 굳이 보자면은 수출 감소 폭은 줄었다고 합니다. 그래서 그런 점에 있어서는 좀 희망적이다 이렇게 전문가들은 보고 있고요. 만약에 올해 이제 4분기까지 다 감안했을 때 연 2%의 성장률을 밑돌게 되면은 10년 만에 처음일 거라고 하네요. Hopefully, we will see things turning around.
Yes, hopefully. Only 4 times, though, has the country posted an annual growth rate of less than 2%. Those years, 1956, 1980, 1998, and 2009. Those all followed serious global events like the 1979 global oil crisis, the 2008 global financial crisis.
And if we don't get this 2% growth this year, then it's going to be the first time since that 2008 crisis that we haven't achieved 2% growth.
You are correct.
Let's go on to our next headline.
Headline number 3 this morning. The Trump administration is preparing the formal withdrawal of the United States from the Paris Agreement on climate change.
도널드 트럼프 미국 행정부가 파리 기후 변화 협약 공식 탈퇴를 준비 중이라는 보도가 나왔습니다. It's a bit of a tongue twister for me sometimes to say, but we're talking about the climate agreement.
Yes.
Paris Agreement.
So this is abandoning the landmark 2015 agreement where 200 nations, nearly 200 nations, they promised to reduce planet warming emissions, but President Trump said the United States is pulling out of that agreement. Now, there has not been an official notice sent yet to the UN.
Right.
When they do send that official notice, then the countdown will start. And I say countdown because it will take a year for them to be removed from...
And the fastest,
that's okay.
The fastest date that the US can apply for this removal
November 4th.
is November 4th. So that means next year,
Yes.
November 4th, it would come into effect if the US does decide to leave.
That's right. But all indications are, the indications are is that they have already left. That's the way Trump has been speaking. In a statement about this, they said that the U.S. position on the Paris Agreement has not changed. The United States intends to withdraw from the Paris Agreement.
네, 미국 언론에 따르면은요, 다수의 익명의 제보자에 따르면은 지금 워싱턴에서 파리 기후 협약 탈퇴를 준비 중이다 이렇게 얘기를 하고 있습니다. 그런데 탈퇴를 하고 싶다고 바로 탈퇴가 되는 건 아니고요. 탈퇴를 공식적으로 하겠다라고 하는 시점으로부터 1년이 지나야 탈퇴가 된다고 합니다. 그런데 가장 빠른 시점이 지금 이 발표를 할 수 있는 시점이 11월 4일이래요. 그러면 내년 2020년 11월 4일 부로 탈퇴가 가능하다는 얘기인데 내년 11월 3일이 미국 대선입니다. So with the presidential election slated for November 3rd
Yeah.
next year, this could be a big sticking point.
Yes, it could be. Now, President Trump seems to want to revive the coal industry.
Yeah.
But
He's saying this agreement is bad for the American economy.
Yeah, that's right. America first, right?
Yeah.
So he wants to revive the coal industry, but a lot of large firms might be very reluctant to invest in the coal industry.
I see.
Because
of this agreement.
Because of the timing of the agreement, right? So the presidential elections are right around this time.
Yeah,
so if
yeah.
Trump is not in power next year, and these firms invest millions or billions of dollars in the coal industry, that these decisions might be reversed if a new administration takes place.
그러니까 내년에 트럼프 대통령이 재선에 성공을 해야만 지금 약속하는 뭐 아메리카 퍼스트, 미국 우선주의 그리고 뭐 미국의 경제를 성장시키겠다 이런 것들이 좀 들어맞을 것 같아요. 그런데 만약에 내년 11월 4일에 파리 협약에 탈퇴하고 다른 후보가 대통령이 된다라 그러면은 뭔가 좀 틀어질 수도 있고 아니면은 뭐 탈퇴 자체를 어떻게 제고할 수도 있겠죠.
The United States had been doing quite well. Under the Obama administration, they pledged to cut emissions by 28% below the 2005 levels, or below 2005 levels by 2025.
Right.
And they had been achieving that. Between 2005 and 2018, there was a significant decline. The Trump administration took credit for that. Energy analysts, though, they argue that the drop was because of an emergence of cheap natural gas, and then renewable energy got a lot more affordable as well.
Well, this Paris Agreement is set to replace the Kyoto Protocol, which will expire next year in 2020. The Kyoto Protocol only says that rich countries have to pay for environmental pollution, whereas the Paris Agreement says all countries, all member countries at least, which you said, is almost 190, something like that, they all have to pay. And America is saying, we are paying for other countries. We're not doing that much harm to the environment. And he's always said that.
Yeah, that's right.
He actually says that these environmental stats are not even true.
Yeah.
So, he has a very different view on environmental pollution and climate change.
He is keeping his word when it comes to energy, it seems.
Yes. All right. Let's move on to our next story.
Google has announced it built a quantum computer that can perform in 200 seconds a target computation that would take the world's fastest supercomputer 10,000 years to achieve.
네, 구글이 현재 슈퍼컴퓨터로 10,000년이 걸리는 연산을 단 3분 20초 만에 해결할 수 있는 양자 컴퓨터, 퀀텀 컴퓨터 기술 개발에 성공했다고 밝혔습니다.
Right. So for the first time, a quantum computer has solved a problem that cannot be performed by a standard computer, at least not within a reasonable amount of time. The standard computer would take 10,000 years.
Yeah.
And it took this quantum computer 200 seconds. This was announced by Google on the 23rd day of this month.
Also, some experts are saying it depends on what sort of computer you're looking at, and some computers, in this case the supercomputer, might take 10,000 years. They do say that there are more advanced computers that would solve this problem in days, but nonetheless, that's still nothing compared to 3 minutes and 20 seconds.
Yes, so if you're wondering, okay, are quantum computers going to be replacing the computer like we
the
have?
one you have and I have.
Yeah, exactly. And the answer is no.
Okay.
And the reason for that, they say, is because these classical machines, and it's funny that we use the word classical to talk about the computers that we use these days when they seem so modern, right?
Right.
These classical machines that we have are much more suited to our daily lives, performing the tasks that we need them to perform.
Right. 그 왜 예전에 이제 컴퓨터 처음에 우리가 컴퓨터에 대해서 배우고 그랬을 때 저도 뭐 그 0과 1을 가지고
Yes.
이제 그 비트가 0 and 1을 가지고 이제 뭐 프로그래밍이 된다 이렇게 배웠던 적이 있는데요. 양자 컴퓨터 같은 경우에는 0과 1이 동시에 이루어지기 때문에 그래서 굉장히 빠른 속도로 이렇게 연산 처리가 가능하다고 합니다. 근데 지금 말씀해 주신 것처럼 그렇다고 해서 우리의 모든 컴퓨터가 다 이런 퀀텀 컴퓨터로 바뀌는 건 아니고요. 그 퀀텀 컴퓨터를 유지하기 위해서 특별히 뭐 온도라든지 이런 거를 주의해야 되는 게 있다면서요. You have to be aware of the temperature of these computers?
Yeah, that's one of the things that they say is a reason why we will not see these computers on our desks at work is because
Why so? Yeah.
they are very finicky. They're very they're very, I guess, dependent on the room.
Yeah.
It has to be incredibly clean, and the temperature is important. These have to operate just above zero.
아, 그래요. 그래서 이렇게 뭐 연산처리라든지 이런 것은 정말 뭐 너무나 빨리 하지만 그런데 단점으로는 쉽게 뭐라 그럴까요? 쉽게 망가질 수가 있고, 그 다음에 기온, 온도에 따라서는 또 컴퓨터의 상태가 바뀔 수 있어서 한 0도보다 조금 높은, 그래도 굉장히 낮은 온도에서 유지가 되어야만 컴퓨터 상태가, 양호하게 유지가 된다고 합니다. 여러 가지.
Very sensitive.
네, 그렇다고 하고요. 그럼에도 불구하고 과학계에서는 이번에 이 구글의 양자 컴퓨터 개발에 대해서 그 Wright Brothers, 그러니까 첫 비행을 한 것에 버금가는 그런 어떤 과학계의 혁신이다. 이렇게 얘기를 하고 있네요.
Yep. So what will they be used for? Advancements in various fields, from material science to pharmaceutical research. Also things like lighter and more powerful batteries for electric cars, and to help create novel drugs that will keep us healthier in the future as well.
All right. Well, let's move on to one science story to another science-related story. Our final headline.
Yes, for the 5th year running, Stanford University tops Reuters rankings of the world's most innovative universities.
미국 스탠퍼드 대학이 과학 혁신성을 평가하는 세계 혁신 대학 순위에서 5년 연속 1위에 올랐습니다.
So when they look at these universities, they are looking for the educational institutions that are doing the most to advance science and invent new technologies and power new markets and power new industries.
Yes.
And Stanford, they are doing very well for the 5th year in a row. They have that number 1 spot. Number 2, if you're curious, was MIT, and number 3 was Harvard.
Ah, well, there are 6 Korean universities in this list of 100.
That's right. The highest ranking was Post-Tech, right? At number 12.
Yes. 카이스트는 34위에 올랐고요. 그 다음에는 서울대 29위, 그리고 또 성균관대 45위, 또 한양대 72위, 연세대 76위, 이렇게 국내 대학 6개가 100위 안에 이름을 올렸습니다. 포스텍 같은 경우에는 아까 이제 12위라고 얘기를 해주셨는데 아시아에서는 가장 높은 순위인 것으로 이렇게 나타났네요.
That university is not that old. It was founded in 1986.
What, Postec?
Yeah. By the steel company POSCO, right?
That's right.
And if you're curious what they have been up to at that school, in May of this year, they had a team of engineers and ophthalmologists. They announced that they've developed artificial corneas that are 3D printed out of tissue derived of bio-inks. And that makes them transparent and better able to incorporate into the human eye.
Very interesting. Of course, Stanford, I've been to this school. I went to just look around the school, premises, and, it's how it's very close to Silicon Valley, and a lot of people who went to Stanford. It's sort of the route to go to Stanford, drop out of Stanford, and then go to Silicon Valley. That's what a lot of big, tech people do.
Well, I could do that. I visited Harvard.
Beautiful school.
Visited Harvard as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Beautiful campus, really beautiful. And MIT. I went to the I went to the MIT bookstore.
Oh, yeah?
Just to see what do they read?
Right.
And I looked up books like quantum computers and things like that.
Ooh,
yeah, it's a completely different language they speak.
Indeed.
Yeah.
All right, well, those are our headlines. And we have, of course, a quiz as well. But before we get to the quiz, very quickly, coming in this morning, good news about our favorite band, BTS. They've been nominated for 3 American Music Awards.
Oh, impressive.
Yeah, can you tell us what those 3 awards are?
Yep, one is the favorite duo or group. That's in the pop rock category. Other nominees in that for that category are the Jonas Brothers and Panic at the Disco. They're up for Tour of the Year, up against Ariana Grande, Elton John, and Pink.
Wow.
And also favorite social artist category. Other nominees are the group EXO, that's the K-pop group, and Billie Eilish is in that as well.
와우, 그렇습니다. BTS가 아메리칸 뮤직 어워즈 세계 부문에 후보로 올랐다는 소식 오늘 아침에 들리네요.
I think that last one, BTS won last year.
Aha,
Yeah.
that's fantastic.
Good luck to the group.
Yes, best of luck.
Yeah.
Well, the ceremony will take place on November 24th. All right. Now let's remind our listeners of the quiz.
Quiz question this morning. These things orbit our planet, and they help us forecast the weather, facilitate telecommunications, and more. They are, number 1, satellites, number 2, seasons.
짧은 문자 50원, 긴 문자 100원에 샵 1045로 보내주시고요. 반디 게시판이나 카카오톡 플러스 이용도 가능합니다. 추첨을 통해서 총 5분께 저자극 순환 비누 보내드리겠습니다. Well, speaking of these talented musicians, Taylor Swift has been nominated for Female Artist of the Year. And so we're going to play her song. This is Taylor Swift featuring Ed Sheeran, Everything Has Changed. Well, everything has not changed here on Morning Special. It's still a Friday. Steve is still here and so am I. So
Hello.
welcome if you've just joined us and thank you for staying with us. 변은경 님이요. Good morning, 모스 가족 여러분. 행복한 금요일입니다 하셨어요. Yes, happy Friday to you too.
What are you doing today, Eun-kyung-nim? How are you spending your Friday morning, I wonder? And your Friday afternoon and your... It's Halloween weekend.
Is it? Oh, it is.
Well, it is because
it's the only weekend before Halloween.
Exactly, and we always celebrate the holidays before they come if they fall on a weekday, right?
Yes, that's
so
right.
Halloween is next Thursday.
Yep.
So the celebrations will be this Friday night, that's tonight, and probably even more so tomorrow night.
보통 이제 북미권에서는 할로윈이 주중에 있을 경우에는 그 전 주말을 할로윈 위켄드라고 하거든요. 그래서 이번 주말에 뭐 좀 행사가 있을지 모르겠어요. 한국에서는 아마 뭐 이태원
yeah. Have you not been?
전 가보지 않았어요.
It's crazy. There's
그래요?
too many people. It is the busiest.
Really?
It is the busiest night of the year in Itaewon in Seoul.
하긴 생각해 보니까 작년에 우리 모닝 스페셜 게스트분들이 그 할로윈 위켄드 파티에 가서 가져왔던 사진들 보여줬었는데 the like everything they did, the makeup, the hair, was just fabulous. It wasn't just, a little bit of makeup here and there. It was like full on.
Oh yes, some people go all out.
Yeah.
And like I said, it is the more than New Year's Eve. It is the busiest night of the year in that part of Seoul.
Really?
Yeah.
오. 저는 이번 주말에 가보지 못하겠지만 선생님 혹시 가실 건가요? Are you going to dress up and party?
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
Are you?
No.
Should we go to a cafe and read a book together or
let's
something?
do what old people do.
Yeah, we're boring, aren't we?
Yes, we are. Oh, well. And our writer says that he's betting that a lot of people might be dressing up as Joker this year. Why not?
Oh, guaranteed.
Yeah,
That'll be a popular
definitely.
costume, yeah.
맞아요. 정보나님이요. 저는 작년 11월 휴가로 울릉도와 독도를 3박 4일 여행했어요. Wow, this person went on their vacation to 독도.
Amazing.
And also 울릉도에서 날씨 때문에 배출항이 너무 유동적이라서 꼭 독도 땅을 밟아보겠다는 마음에 갔는데요. 운이 좋게도 포항, 울릉도, 다음 날 독도까지 한 번에 쭉쭉 갈 수 있었습니다. 독도는 15분밖에 머물지 못했지만 애국심 뿜뿜 하면은 사진으로 왕창 남겨왔어요. 네, 애국심 뿜뿜 하면서 사진을 남겨오셨군요.
So you stay, did I understand that correctly? Your time at Dokdo is only 15 minutes.
Yeah, it was a very short stay.
But still though, that's a very meaningful 15 minutes, right?
Yeah, and the boat often gets cancelled depending on the waves and the weather. But this person was lucky, so they were able to go. And they said, even though it was a short stay, she felt very patriotic, took some pictures, and she's recommending all of us do the same. So, yeah.
Do you get seasick?
I actually do.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Motion sickness?
Oh, yeah. Do you?
Yeah. I went sailing. Sailing is a big time hobby in Halifax.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because Halifax is right on
by
the
yeah.
Atlantic Ocean.
Sure.
So a lot of people, wealthier people, have sailboats. And I worked at a sailing club.
Wow.
So I had the opportunity to go out on their boats. It's such a strange thing. When you are close to land, right? And it's no problem. Because visually you can see it.
Yeah.
But you go out a little further into the ocean and the waves get much bigger. So the boat goes up and at the top of the wave, you can see the land. But when the boat goes down, it's 4 walls of water and it totally messed with my mind.
This is already making me a little sick right now, just thinking about it. Oh
I
my
didn't
goodness.
really like it that much.
Wow.
Take me home.
Wow. Yeah. I remember this one time when I was living in Australia. I was there for a year, and me and my friends, we decided to go whale watching.
Oh, yeah.
And this was a big trip that we had planned, and we got on this boat. It was a tiny boat. I didn't know it was going to be that small. And because of the waves, it was just, moving up and down, and I threw up. I got sick. I didn't see any whales. And then I came back to shore.
So you paid, how much was it?
I don't know. It was a lot of money for the time being because I was a student back then.
So you paid a lot of money to go throw up on a boat.
Exactly. Yeah. I came back and my friends were like, wow, the whale was beautiful, wasn't it? I was like, was there a whale?
Yeah.
I don't remember anything. I just got sick.
Oh, well,
So,
still a story to tell, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But hopefully things will be better now if I do get to go to doctor. So, we'll have to see.
Bring your motion sickness pills.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, we'll keep sending in your messages. We have 5 soap sets to give out in the first hour. But let's look at our news focus stories. 자, 첫 번째 뉴스 포커스 살펴보겠습니다. 미국이 지난 5월 아르테미스 프로그램 추진을 선언했습니다. 1969년 인간을 최초로 달에 보내는 것이 목표였던 아폴로 계획과 달리 아르테미스 프로그램은요, 달에서 거주하는 게 목표이기 때문에 정착지를 만들고 또 우주선 터미널을 건설하는 등 인간의 많은 노동력이 필요한데요. 때문에 최근에 나사는 사람이 편하게 입고 활동할 수 있는 새 우주복 만들기에 총력을 기울이고 있다고 합니다. Let's take a listen.
NASA revealed new spacesuits which shoot to get the first American woman and the next American man to the surface of the moon by 2024. The new spacesuit is designed to work with virtually everyone who could want to become an astronaut, with inclusive sizing that can accommodate anyone from the 1st percentile female to the 99th percentile male. The suit is also intentionally designed to be upgradable, something like a PC motherboard, and it's designed so that it can be upgraded and worked on in space by the astronauts to adopt new and improved technologies as they become available.
Wow. Fun fact. Did you know that Artemis in the Greek legend was the twin sister of Apollo? And that's why we have of course, the Apollo landing on the moon, and then the Artemis hopefully taking us there to live on the moon.
Yeah, have you seen these suits in action?
Yes.
We're watching them on...
그렇습니다. 지금 보이는 라디오로
Yeah.
영상 띄워드렸는데요. 이겁니다. 새로 만든 우주복이에요. Tell us what's special about this.
The legs are a lot more mobile,
Okay.
right? Because when you're at the space station right now, if you're outside it, you don't need that, right? But if you're walking on the moon, then you need to be able to do that. And back
Right.
to the first moon landing, they were restricted to that bunny hop, right?
Oh, yeah.
If you watch the video, they could only hop along, but that was because of the suit.
I see.
This time you'll be able to
Bend your legs and
bend your legs. A lot
bit more flexible.
mobility. You can bend
Mobility.
over,
Yeah.
pick things up.
Wow,
But they kind of look like minions, don't they?
A little bit.
Right? Space minions.
We talked about the Minions movie yesterday on our movie segment.
Oh, really? It's a little bit like that if they were
bit,
yellow.
yes.
Anyway, these suits they are shooting to get the first American woman and the next American man to the surface of the moon by 2024.
Okay.
So, shoot 4 is a common expression. I mean, it's when you're talking about time. When we think about shoot, we think pow, pow, like a gun, right?
Yeah.
No, this is for scheduling. So if Sue says, let's have dinner on Friday night, and I say, sure, what time? She says, let's shoot for 7. Let's shoot for 7, meaning let's schedule it for 7. Let's aim for 7. The goal is 7. The suits here are designed to get people to the moon by 2024. The goal is 2024. The aim is 2024.
여기서는 shoot to get가 이제 계획하다라는 의미로 쓰였다고 설명을 해주셨는데 2024년까지 달에 이 우주복을 입고 가는 것이 목표라고 볼 수 있겠습니다. You can actually use shoot, I think, when you want someone to explain something, you have something to say, or you're at an audition, shoot.
Don't give away too much. It's my expression of the day.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Problem.
Okay. And we'll go on to our next one.
Yeah, these suits are inclusive in their sizing. So if something is inclusive, it means that it includes everything. I'll give you an example. My mom went to Mexico on vacation a long time ago. And the resort that she stayed at was all-inclusive, meaning you didn't pay for the food, you didn't pay for the drinks on the resort, you didn't pay for anything because everything was already paid for. It's all-inclusive. Wow. These suits are all-inclusive in their sizing.
Yeah, I love that.
They can fit anyone. They can fit a 6'4" man or a 5'2" woman or a 5'3" man or a 6'6" woman.
Is that you and me?
Maybe. You and I can be the next astronauts.
그렇습니다. Inclusive 그러면 뭔가 다 포함하고 있다라는 뜻이 되겠는데요. 뒤에 나온 사이징을 여기서는 꾸며줍니다. 그래서 모든 사이즈, 키가 어떻든 신체 구조가 어떻든 이제 다 맞는다. 그래서 다음에 보면은 first percentile에서 99th percentile까지라고 했잖아요. 그러니까 그 퍼센타일이라고 하면은 이제 사람들을 전체적인 1에서 100까지 분포로 봤을 때 1부터 99까지 거의 모든 키와 이런 뭐 몸무게 이런 것에 맞춘 그런 옷이 있다고 합니다.
So the first to the 99th means everybody, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And do you want to look at one more maybe, or should we leave that there?
Last one for this one.
Okay.
They can be worked on in space. They are upgradable, meaning able to upgrade. And also the astronauts will be able to adopt new and improved technologies. So adopt means they can change the suit. They can adapt the suit if new technology becomes available. And this is really cool because they won't have to bring new suits, right? And that's why they said it's like a PC motherboard. If new technology is available, you can change the suit. The suit can adopt that new technology. They can bring it in and make changes to it.
여기서 adopt는 채택하다라는 뜻이 될 텐데요. 새로운 기술을 이 옷에다, 이 우주복에다가 접목시킬 수 있다고 합니다. Let's listen to the story one more time.
NASA revealed new spacesuits which shoot to get the first American woman and the next American man to the surface of the moon by 2024. The new spacesuit is designed to work with virtually everyone who could want to become an astronaut with inclusive sizing that can accommodate anyone from the first percentile female to the 99th percentile male. The suit is also intentionally designed to be upgradable, somewhat like a PC motherboard, and it's designed so that it can be upgraded and worked on in space by the astronauts to adopt new and improved technologies as they become available. That's a good Halloween costume, come to think of it.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea as well.
Think NASA would loan you one for your trip out to Itaewon?
Let's go on to our next story. 두 번째 뉴스 포커스입니다. 지난 16일 국제올림픽위원회 IOC가 내년 여름 도쿄올림픽 마라톤 경기를 도쿄가 아닌 홋카이도의 삿포로로 옮겨 개최하는 방안을 발표했는데요. 도쿄의 무덥고 습한 날씨 때문입니다. 이에 반발하면서 도쿄도 측은 마라톤 출발 시간을 1시간 앞당겨 새벽 5시에 시작하는 등의 역제안을 준비하고 있다는 소식인데요. Let's take a listen.
Tokyo officials aren't taking the news sitting down of having next summer's Olympic marathons shifted from the capital to Sapporo because of concerns of the extreme summer heat. To make their presence felt as the host of the 2020 Games and change the IOC's mind, Tokyo officials have begun discussing alternative proposals. One such alternative is to move up the starting time of the marathon races, currently scheduled at 6 a.m., by about 1 hour.
A 5 a.m. marathon.
It's an early start, but Tokyo officials, they aren't happy about the change of scenery because they want it to be in Tokyo, of course. So they said that one alternative, and we'll get to that expression in just a moment, is to change the start time. Another alternative would be letting the Tohoku region, that's where the Fukushima meltdown happened, They could move it there, they say, but not Sapporo. That's what they do not want.
그렇습니다. 뭐 여러 가지 대안이 나오고 있어요. alternative가 그런 의미가 있는데 지금 말씀해 주신 대로 뭐 장소를 바꾸든지 시간을 바꾸든지 하는 지금 방안들이 언급이 되고 있습니다.
Well, let's start with that expression, actually, since we've mentioned it already. So one of the alternatives they're looking at is to change the start time. So an alternative is another choice, a different option for you. So we had a listener earlier on this week, I believe, or was it last week, who said that they were thinking about going to Barcelona for a vacation, right? And we said, that might not be a good idea right now because of the protests happening.
In Catalonia,
so you may want to think of an alternative.
그래요.
Another option.
네, 한번 생각해 보시는 게 어떨까요? 라고 하면서 우리가 그때 alternative라는 표현을 썼었네요. And one more expression from this article, please.
Okey-doke. The officials in Tokyo are not taking the news sitting down. This is an odd expression, isn't it? So I guess if you think about the image of sitting down, then you're doing nothing. Right? You're doing nothing about it. But to not take news sitting down means that you are not going to sit quietly and accept the decision. You are going to fight against that thing when you don't take the news sitting down.
아, 그렇군요. Take the news sitting down. 가만히 앉아서 어떤 소식을 받아들인다라는 뜻인데 they aren't doing this. 그렇게 하지 않는다라는 의미이기 때문에 어떤 그 IOC의 제안을 받아들일 수 없다라는 입장이라는 뜻입니다. Okay, let's listen to this one more time.
Tokyo officials aren't taking the news sitting down of having next summer's Olympic marathons shifted from the capital to Sapporo because of concerns of the extreme summer heat. To make their presence felt as the host of the 2020 Games and change the IOC's mind, Tokyo officials have begun discussing alternative proposals. One such alternative is to move up the starting time of the marathon races, currently scheduled at 6 a.m., by about 1 hour.
What's the quiz one more time, please, Steve?
Quiz question this morning is: these things orbit our planet and they help us forecast the weather, facilitate telecommunications, and more. They are number 1, satellites, number 2, seasons.
짧은 문자 50원, 긴 문자 100원에 샵 1045고요. 반디 게시판이나 카카오톡 플러스 이용도 가능합니다. 추첨을 통해서 총 5분께 저자극 순한 비누 보내드릴게요. Now, when you want to be really kind and polite and you still want to say get lost, this is a nice thing to say. Justin Bieber, love yourself. 자, 다음 뉴스 포커스 살펴볼게요. 집값이 세계에서 가장 비싸기로 유명한 홍콩이 주차장 거래 가격에서도 세계 최고를 기록했습니다. 홍콩의 금융 중심가에 있는 한 빌딩의 지하 1층 주차장 한 칸이요. 최근 760만 홍콩 달러, 우리 돈으로 한 11억 원에 거래됐습니다. Let's listen to the story.
A parking bay at the center, the 73-story Hong Kong office tower that still holds the world record as the costliest commercial building ever sold, changed hands recently for 7.6 million Hong Kong dollars, making it the most expensive spot on earth to park a vehicle. The prices of Hong Kong car parks have outperformed the housing market over the last dozen years amid shrinking supply. The sale price underscores the wealth gap that has pushed Hong Kong into the worst political crisis in decades.
That's an expensive parking spot.
Can you imagine?
My goodness.
US dollars, $969,000 for a parking space.
그렇습니다. 주차난에다가 또 이제 최근에 이제 빈부격차 얘기도 많이 나왔었는데 홍콩에서 지금 이렇게 주차 칸 하나가 11억 원에 거래됐다는 소식이에요.
We have 집들이. Can you have 주차들이?
주차들이.
Just invite people over to your
It's not that
parking
big, you know. It's
space.
very small. Look at my expensive parking spot.
Hi, Paul. Want to come over to my parking space? You'd want to if you spent nearly
this
$1
much
million
money.
US dollars on it, right?
Well, this particular building that this parking space is in was in the movie Batman many years back. So, you know, it's a famous building. But nonetheless, this is how desperate people are to have their own parking spots.
This is how rich people are as
okay.
well.
Yeah.
So this parking spot changed hands recently. So when something changes hands, it goes from one owner to the other owner.
Yep.
So think about the literal image. This is a figurative meaning, but think about the literal image. If I'm holding on to this pen, right, and then I sell it to Sue, now she holds on to it, right? So when it changes hands, that's when something is sold. Ownership changes.
네, 주인이 바뀔 때 change hands라는 표현을 쓸 수 있습니다.
So the prices of Hong Kong car parks have outperformed the housing market over the last dozen years. That's shocking.
Yeah.
Isn't it? You're more likely to make money investing in a parking space than you are in a home.
My goodness. Do you think this is the future of Korea?
Well,
not yet.
That's interesting if you think about it.
Hopefully
I mean,
not.
Eventually, maybe, but I don't know if you and I will be around at that point.
Right.
Anyway, so when one thing outperforms another thing, it's pretty self-explanatory. It means to perform better than.
그렇습니다. 여기서의 outperform이라는 것은 무엇보다 더 좋은 실적을 내다라는 뜻이 원래는 있어요. 그런데 뒤에 나오는 housing market보다 car park가 outperform 했다라고 했기 때문에 부동산보다는 이런 주차 칸의 거래가 어떻게 보면은 가격 상승률에 있어서는 더 큰 상승률을 보였다 이렇게 볼 수 있겠네요.
I read that owning a parking space in Hong Kong is a status symbol.
Really?
Yeah.
그럴 수 있을 것 같아요. 홍콩에서 나는 이런 집이 있어 이런 것보다 나 주차 공간 있다라고 하는 게 더 스테이터스 심볼이래요. 어떤 자신의 그 위치를 알려주는.
You put that in your online dating profile. Stanford University, my own parking space.
어떤 계급을 보여주는 하나의 상징이라고 합니다. 별로 와닿지는 않지만 어쨌든 신기하네요. Okay, let's listen to this story one more time.
A parking bay at the center, the 73-story Hong Kong office tower that still holds the world record as the costliest commercial building ever sold, changed hands recently for 7.6 million Hong Kong dollars, making it the most expensive spot on earth to park a vehicle. The prices of Hong Kong car parks have outperformed the housing market over the last dozen years amid shrinking supply. The sale price underscores the wealth gap that has pushed Hong Kong into the worst political crisis in decades.
And let's check the answer to the quiz.
Quiz question this morning is as follows. These things orbit our planet and they help us forecast the weather, facilitate telecommunications, and more. They are, number one, satellites.
1번이 정답입니다. 임이랑님, 형경선님, 이기선님, 장우상님, 그리고 끝번호 9698 쓰시는 분 축하드립니다. 저자극 순한비누 보내드릴게요. All right. Well, the expression of the day is what?
Shoot.
Shoot.
This is such an interesting word in English because it can be used so many different ways. So obviously, shoot a gun, right?
Right.
Shoot can also mean talk or ask. Example, Sue, can I ask you something?
Shoot.
Yeah. And shoot means, yeah, go ahead, ask. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
That word? Yeah. So you can say, yeah, go ahead, shoot.
이게 shoot라는 단어의 여러 가지 의미 중에서 참 재밌는 게 말해라는 뜻이 있다는 거예요. 그래서 내가 부탁할 게 있는데 좀 얘기를 해도 될까? 라고 할 때 shoot. 그러면 말해봐 이런 뜻이에요.
It can also mean, oh, darn. Right?
우리 작가님이 미국에서 말하지 말라고 because they have guns there.
Oh, yes.
그래서 개그를 좀 해주셨는데
Should be careful how you use this expression, perhaps.
네, 어쨌든 영어에서 원래 shoot는 말해, 좋아, 말해봐 이런 뜻이 있다는 거 참고로 알아두시면 좋겠습니다. 오늘의 표현이었습니다. 정보나님이요. 아까 제가 보낸 사연 정보 수정합니다. 독도에 그것도 동도에 30분 머물 수 있어요. 15분이 아니고요. 너무 짧다고 다른 분들이 안 가실 수도 있어서 급하게 다시 보냅니다. 라고 보내주셨어요. So our listener who wrote in earlier on said, actually you can stay for 30 minutes on the East Island. And so, you know, it doesn't have to be a 15-minute trip.
I see. Well, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, still. That's still a good trip, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you all for writing in. And thank you, Steve, for that this morning.
Not going to dress up for the Halloween night tonight?
I don't know. Maybe I will. I'm already dressed up, can't you tell?
If you're listening, please text in the second hour Sue's costume recommendations.
Yeah. I'd love to know what you'd like me to dress up as. Actually, I was talking to my producer about that, and I'll tell you later on. But some good ideas.
All right. Well, if you are out partying tonight, please do so responsibly.
Yes.
And I will see you tomorrow for the review show.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Steve. Coming up in hour 2, we have Say What and also Daily Tips with Andreas. This is now A Flock of Seagulls, I Ran.